Yo, what up? You know what it is. It's your boy AJ Francis reporting to you live from New York City, the birthplace of hip-hop. And I'm telling you that I'm only tuned in with True Heel Heat Wrestling. Holla at me.
Hey guys, it's Stan Rosa and welcome to True Heel Heat.
What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching True Heel Heat podcast.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Romeo's Twitter for Rated Raw Review, episode 56, Don't Make Me Hate You, Cody Rhodes, reviewing the February 24th, 2025 edition of WWE Monday Night Raw on Netflix, as only we can. And to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague, the man of 11,000 followers over on the Twitter machine, your favorite president of the Liv Morgan fan club, the president and the right hand of the queen, Charlotte Flair. And today he is also a good friend of Karrion Kross, or every day he's a good friend of Karrion Kross. It is Mr. Romeo Anthony Colon. How are you doing?
And I might just be a Luka Doncic better tonight when they face the Mavs. I don't know.
You should. I heard the over is 30 points. It's 30 points. 30 points is the over.
Maybe I stay away too. This is going to be like the most bet on game of the year. Something fishy is going to happen. Something fishy. You can smell it.
Don't you love it? Don't you love how they do us? They probably is going to be something. We'll probably lose. We've been playing so well. We just beat the Nuggets on Saturday. Watch us lose tonight.
You can't lose this game. You cannot.
No, we can't. We can't.
At home too.
It's a must. It's a must win. Must win for my Los Angeles Lakers. But yes, we'll talk about some basketball soon enough. Please don't worry about that. But we're here to talk about some Monday Night Raw as per usual here Tuesday, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time. We're Rated Raw review our traditional, our annual, our usual WWE Raw on Netflix review show. We appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all for watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping the thumbs up on this video. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys. Hear your thoughts on what I thought was one of the better Triple H produced go-home shows in a very, very long time, and one of the better episodes of Monday Night Raw on Netflix that we've seen so far to start off 2025. Let us know your thoughts on that, and if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to show your support to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel in the best way possible, you can do so with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here, and we always appreciate the support. And we're starting off strong. We're starting off strong with Chuck Berries sending us our first super chat donation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for that. He says, "What's good, THH fam? Besides a couple of matches and one or two segments, this was just another ho-hum mid wrestling show. Nevertheless, congrats to Romeo, keeper of the Liv Morgan fan club, for another tag team title reign."
History. Let's go. What was I gonna say? I don't know if it was mid. Like it was a lower rating before the main event, but the main event made the rating for me jump up a whole lot. But I was gonna ask, so I DM'd you. Like, are you still up late last night? I was like, because
I literally messaged you at like probably 3 a.m. your time.
Because I was gonna ask you, what should be the thumbnail? Should it be what it is now, or should it be Raquel and Liv? But I went with the story-driven narrative with Seth and Cody.
I think you made the right choice. I think you made the right choice for sure. But I wouldn't have blamed you for being the Liv Morgan, president of the Liv Morgan fan club that you are.
I left her off the thumbnail. Oh my goodness.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Trying to get away from the bias allegations. Look at this guy out here.
I know what I'm doing.
No, but thank you for the super chat donation, Chuck Berries. I disagree though. I've seen that see Chuck Berries saying that this was a ho-hum mid wrestling show. I don't know whether it was because I had to watch that all-time stinker of a SmackDown, but this felt like such a breath of in comparison.
Oh, compared to that show, yeah, for sure. Road Dog.
I think that's why you're gonna see me give this. I'm probably gonna be grading on the curve because like that episode of SmackDown was the shits.
Yep.
The shit. It's been a long time since WWE gave us that kind of quality of a wrestling show. We also got another super chat donation from Chillin' with Chase. Thank you so much, Chase, for the support.
Brother.
He says, "Vintage Triple H Go Coast show this week." I thought this was a good go-home show as well. It wasn't just a good wrestling show. I thought it was a good go-home show because there was segments on the show that got me excited for Elimination Chamber, despite it being a 4-match card.
Yeah, I mostly agree with you over Chase here, but I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like before the show even started, I'm like, I don't even want to watch this show, honestly. Like, besides the tag title match, like, I just want to get to Chamber, then get to Mania. But the show was better than I was excited for to begin with. Can I say that?
Yeah, like because for better or worse, no matter how baffling, confusing, and plotting and rambling he was, The Rock's return signaled the start of WrestleMania season, it seems, for Triple H.
Delivered in the ratings too. People tuned
It
in
did.
for The Rock.
It did, of course. I knew they were. It's the highest rated SmackDown since it's been on USA Network with The Rock there. Obviously,
Yep.
that
Just
makes
not the
a whole
highest rated on Cage Match. That's all.
2.44. Yes, it's one of the lowest rated episodes of any.
It's too bad you can't rate a segment on Cage Match. That promo would have got a drizzling shits. The Rock.
What would you give that promo? 0 out of 10.
2, and I think it's being generous.
I you know what? I think I've softened at my older age. I would give it a 4 out of 10 because despite it being rambling, besides it not being executed well, it did add a level of intrigue that wasn't here before.
That part is true. I like the idea of the storyline, but The Rock's execute. The Rock has to stop coming out for these promos drunk. Hide the Terramana before this guy grabs a microphone. Hide it. When he's done, drink all you want, Rock. All you want. Because this execution by The Rock, who is one of the greatest promos, if not the greatest promo of all time, was dog shit. And it's been dog shit for a few promos in a row for The Rock. The Rock is entertaining. He can be entertaining. He's got to pick if he wants to entertain the fans or if he wants to insult the fans. I don't like the bipolar Rock. I don't like bipolar Rock at all. I don't care if it's intentional. It sucks. And then what was he doing with Cody Rhodes? What? Leave the Undertaker. Let the Undertaker be the one that takes souls too. By the way,
and caressing faces.
Unless he's gonna call himself Soul Man Dwayne Johnson, then
Soul Man,
I don't need him taking souls.
You are absolutely right. His dad was the Soul Man.
And here's another thing. The post press conference. Can you try?
Oh my god, that was horrible. That was horrible. Try
a little bit. I know kayfabe's dead, but at least try a little bit to not completely kill already the bad angle, the bad promo that you did, to dig it even further, dig the grave even further by saying, not everything needs to lead to a wrestling match. What?
No, because it was basically a press conference with Dwayne talking about Dwayne playing the final boss character, and he's continued to do it. Also on social media today, he put up a post like the final boss character is such a great experience for me. Stop breaking kayfabe that much. Like, this is outrageous.
If you want to do it months down the line and reminisce, okay, maybe. Not while the actual angle is going on. What is this? And of course, nobody's going to tell him, hey, Rock, maybe you shouldn't do that. He's the final boss. He do whatever he wants.
I'm very glad that you are being honest with yourself and the people, because you had me worried by the way you were talking about The Rock before SmackDown.
Well, I was very excited that he was returning, and it looked like he was returning to be involved in a storyline, which is what we wanted, right? In the first place, we wanted The Rock to be in storyline, but then the execution, and then we still don't know what the hell the damn watch meant. F that, whatever that meant. What was the 3?
Dude,
that meant.
I was like, we don't know what he handed to him. We thought it was the watch, but he still has to watch. So it's like, yeah, you're right. It's been three straight promos. It's the Raw after WrestleMania one with Cody, which was fine, but it was weird. Then it's the Raw on Netflix promo, which he completely felt like he nuked his 2 hot WrestleMania programs. And then this one, which was just baffling. Yeah. We got Power Driver Finisher says, I'm here to only support Raquel. Liv exists.
Yeah, okay, pal.
He's from Texas, to be fair.
The 2024 Women's Wrestler of the Year is off to an amazing start in 2025. Again, will you
please let us know who named her that?
Showing all of you who didn't vote for her the mistake you made. The big mistake. She is pissed. She is delivering.
she's a much better tag team wrestler than she is a singles wrestler.
Let's be serious. She's carrying Raquel on her back. Come on.
Hey,
I like Raquel.
Hey, she's a bump machine. I will say she's bumping and selling her ass off in these tag team matches, and she delivered 2 of the best women's tag team matches in WWE already in like the last month. We got over here in the chat a bunch of people grading this very low. The Rock segment -2. Primary finisher went down to -5.5. And yes, if you're going to be racist, you're going to get banned, and that's pretty quick and simple. -5.5 because it wasted my time, and it's all drunk. Give someone else the ball if all he's going to do is random shit.
Like, he should have the mic in one hand and the Terramana bottle in the other hand when he's doing these promos, so that way it like actually makes sense why he's so drunk. Like, we could see it on screen, like Alcoholic Rock is this new final boss character that he has. But enough
of this. It's just too much rambling. Chilling with Chase.
He has to read social media. He has to see the replies and comments. He has to. Those are the only people that could get to him, because nobody else in the company is gonna be like, "Hey, Rock, here's an idea." That I don't even think Triple H will. Honestly, he might be the only one. But he's the only one. Like, that's it.
Triple H won't, because he knows who has more power and influence. It's Dwayne.
I think secretly he kind of enjoys people talking shit about The Rock.
He does. He does.
Go out there and go with flames, and like he'll just sit back and watch.
And
as long as it doesn't affect Cody.
He loves the fact that there's people like on social media that will blame the bad SmackDown on Dwayne coming in and them having to rip up the plans, even though SmackDown has not been good since January.
Now Road Dogg's getting the slack.
I know. He's like passing the buck. He's passing the buck to everybody.
But who hired Road Dogg? Who gave him his position? Like,
exactly. We all know it's you, Paul.
You know?
Dion says Cody kind of looks like a punk for being friends with The Rock in the first place. He whooped his ass the whole build to WrestleMania 40 and then pinned him. Cody should have slapped the piss out of The Rock. Yeah, I think I said this earlier. I said this earlier on In the Weeds. I was like, this story is not going to connect to us because we've missed a big chapter of it. Why is Rock and Cody friends? Like they've talked about it now in 2 separate promos, and I still don't get why.
So he's a good friend, but The Rock needs a brother.
Oh man, we got 5 out of 10 from Christopher for the Rock promo. Dion Jacobs says Cody letting Rock little bro him every time they're in the ring is ridiculous. Yes, indeed it is.
The Rock's execution needs to be better, but I do like the idea of him being involved with Cody Rhodes' storyline for WrestleMania. We'll see what happens at Chamber to affect that. But if it's Cody Cena, like we all think, and the whole People's Champion or the Rock's Champion thing is still out there, it does add a little intrigue that would be missing from face versus face, Cena versus Cody. It adds something else to have this heel character in the background being a dick.
So the 2 popular choices that everybody's been talking about to be the Rock champion, because I think most of us are of the belief, or majority of us is of the belief, Cody's going to turn it down the Rock. So then it lies Then lies the question, who is going to be the Rock's champion? And I think the most prevailing answers to that question have been John Cena or CM Punk. So if you had the pen, if you're the booker, who would you say?
My first idea when this segment was going on was John Cena, and that they would turn back the clock and have like a Austin Vince WrestleMania 17 moment when Cena turns heel and joins forces with The Rock. But
I'm all, you know me, I'm all for what the company usually wants, and that's the headlines. Nothing's a bigger headline than John Cena finally turns heel at WrestleMania to win number 17.
CM Punk, it would kill the CM Punk character in a big way, everything he's ever stood for if he did this. To me, in a much bigger way than almost Cena. I'd rather see Cena do it.
Yeah, I saw
had-
somebody in the chat on Fightful was like, "Oh, that's a big betrayal to Cena's character." I was like, "It's a bigger betrayal to Punk's character. Punk has
Yes.
always been anti-authority."
Yes. I had two other guys in mind that weren't the two guys you brought up as the big ones, and that's the obvious: Seth Rollins, the guy who's done it before, and the other guy, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre.
I feel like honestly, because I've talked up Cena and Punk, anything other than them is a letdown. Drew, it just makes sense. So it's not really a twist. It's not really the twist or the big reveal or turn that you really would want from something like this. So I think that's the worst option. Seth is a little bit. It makes sense, of course, because he's done it before, but it's not as big as Cena or Punk.
I don't want Punk at all. Cena, that would be so much fun. Oh my goodness! And they're both lead actors in Hollywood. It's perfect.
I said it, the Hollywood 2-man power trip.
There you go.
That's what I'm
it'd be so cool. But it'd have to be a short storyline, obviously. This is Cena's farewell.
Yeah.
And we have to end it.
Like it's a WrestleMania to SummerSlam story.
We need to end with Cena back as a babyface at the end of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to turn him. You definitely. It's not Cena's going to be heel for the rest of his retirement tour. No, it's an arc. We need one last great John Cena story, and I don't see the great John Cena story happening if he's just going to be a babyface the whole year.
And to me, post Rumble, when Cena's in that presser, he sounded like a heel. I'm in this chamber. I'll let the other guys worry about qualifying. Like it was very snarky. It's like, keep that up, Cena, because that's more interesting.
I agree. We got T5 the Great, who says, I understand Cody is the white meat babyface, but damn, it would have been on site when Rock pulled up. Exactly. What did bad blood mean? What did bad blood mean? What did the Raw after WrestleMania promo mean? Like they have basically erased that from our memory, or tried to. We got Dion Jenkins. Thank you so much, Dion, with a super chat donation. You guys are helping us out a lot today. Appreciate y'all. He says, I want it to be Punk, but it's going to be Cena. I understand the people who want it to be Punk because it's corporate man Punk is basically the direction he's been leaning towards since he came back to WWE. So I get it. I just think that the bigger story is the white whale that us as fans have been asking for the better part of 15 years. John Cena turning heel.
Yeah, it's the last chance. And CM, I don't know why you guys want to see CM Punk be it. Like, he's still so over as a babyface, very over, getting loud pops all the time. There is a time and a place for him to turn heel, yes, down the line. It's the same way for Cody. There is definitely a time and a place for him to turn heel as well. We don't need to rush it when they're white hot as babyfaces.
I agree with that. We got Power Driver Finisher says next year's build with Cody and Rock should be a collection of flashbacks explaining how they became friends.
Yes, do flashbacks in WWE programming. That'd be great.
That would be great. You remember when we went on a fishing trip and then they just look out into the distance? We got Jellywood Chase. He says, why would Rock choose Drew or Seth if Cody turns them down? Rock going after the next biggest star. That's why Cena makes sense. Yeah.
But I think there's some.
I really didn't even think of Seth because I think that it's like, nah, Seth.
I think there's something to Seth because it'll also add so much to Roman's trauma if it's Seth, and then it adds to Roman of Rock eventually, and then Roman Seth eventually. These four are all connected from WrestleMania 40, so there is something to that. I wouldn't be surprised. And he'd come off as such the biggest hypocrite, Seth Rollins, which he is. He is. Cody called him out on being a hypocrite. Dion says, especially after they teased a feud between Logan and AJ, I thought Cena might face Logan before. I don't understand why y'all thought Cena was facing Logan. Like it's been very obvious from the Raw and Netflix
promo and the after the press conference at the Royal Rumble that Cena going for 17 is the story for WrestleMania.
Heel Cena would get a chance to face a lot of these top baby faces and have it be fun instead of 50-50 crowds. And then if you want to turn babyface later on, then you could take on the heels on your way out. Exactly. To face everybody.
I'm glad we're on the same page here. Me, you, Josh, and Chrissy pretty much were on the same page in regards to thinking that Cena is the better story and the bigger story to go with.
Yeah, I just don't know if they're gonna do it.
Yeah, I don't know either. We're not gonna know until Saturday. It makes the Elimination Chamber that much more interesting.
Fine by me. I like being intrigued and not knowing.
Chilling with Chase says, also, I need everyone to stop with this favor booking trying to get Punk in the WWE title. Like, I that's why I really want Elimination Chamber to come and go and Cena win. So every one of these CM Punk fans that are trying to book Punk into the title match can shut the fuck up. Like, I just want them to shut the fuck up. Like, why do y'all keep wanting this man in this title match?
Paul Heyman doesn't have the power to do that. So that wouldn't make any sense. That's a favor. Hey, Paul, get me a WWE title match? What? That's not how it works. This guy, John Cena won the Chamber fair and square. You're not in the match. Sorry. What do you want?
Oh, man.
It's weird.
He also says if Paul Heyman had that much power, he would use to get Reigns in it.
Exactly. The fuck?
Dion says, I actually don't think Punk would be the one who turns heel. So there we go. Keep coming with those comments in the live chat. Love interacting with all of you guys. But let's talk about last night's Monday Night Raw, which took place from Cincinnati, Ohio. What did you think about the 12,000 in attendance in Cincinnati?
Oh, my goodness. This was a 9 out of 10 crowd. Almost perfect. They popped for everything, and they were loud as hell. That might have been the loudest I've ever heard a WWE women's tag title match crowd.
Most heated women's tag team title match ever. Yeah. What we saw Cody arriving at the building. We also saw Gunther arriving at the building. He sees Akira Tozawa and Alpha Academy dancing on TikTok. We will get to that later. And then we open up the show with Logan Paul coming to the ring.
Well, I gotta say real quick. We also saw Bianca and Naomi in beautiful outfits. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I had to get that in there. Sorry.
Fair enough. Logan Paul kicks things off. He was booed by the crowd despite announcing that he was also from Ohio. He said that he was just like them, just better. He saw dreary gray Cincinnati when he was landing on his jet. Yes, I have a jet. And he told his pilot to turn around. But he decided to go to Cincinnati after all to perform for the peasants because he was just that humble. The crowd booed him, so he told them that they didn't appreciate good talent. Just look at what they did to Joe Burrow. Paul beat Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio to qualify for the Chamber, and now he will beat 3 doorknobs and John Cena before going on to WrestleMania to become the face of this company. And he's really bad at math. He's really bad at math because he only named 4 people when he has to face 5, and the 5th came out next to interrupt to a big reaction. CM Punk. Paul wondered what Punk's problem was with him. He saw Punk's subtweets on social media, and he thought that Punk was jealous because Paul was successful at everything he did, while Punk was a series of failures. He said, you came back as the greatest return in WWE history, and then what did you do? You hurt your little quicep, and you were out for months. And he was like, and you failed at the Royal Rumble. Why? Because I eliminated you, and I'm going to do the same thing at Elimination Chamber. Punk said that he didn't have a problem with Paul, but Paul was a dime a dozen. A loudmouth kid who did stupid, ignorant things for the shock of it. Paul thought that made him a generational talent, but he had no character or substance. and the fans deserved better. Paul, at this point, this is when you talked about how he's a legend and he had one of the biggest comebacks ever, but he immediately crumbled under the pressure and got hurt. The fans were familiar with Stone Cold, Cena, and Punk, but that name of the top guy changed over time. It was just a matter of time before they were chanting Paul's name instead of Punk's, but the fans just kept chanting CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. Punk told Logan he was wrong about a lot, but he was right that the names do change. All the names that he mentioned were legends, including himself. Punk made history when he was under pressure, but Paul never made history and was barely a flash in the pan. Paul wouldn't be here long enough to be remembered. Punk was planning on eliminating Paul from the chamber, and Punk would go on to face Cody Rhodes, and he says that he will leave Las Vegas with the WWE Championship. Punk would make history, and Paul would be history. Punk didn't care if Rhodes thought he had to sell his soul to beat him, because he would find out that Punk was Satan himself, and Paul was a nobody. They got face to face. It looked like Paul was about to back away when he slapped CM Punk across the face. He immediately leaves the ring before Punk could retaliate. Punk couldn't leave the ring, I guess. Couldn't chase after him. He just gets on the mic and he tells him to run while he could, because he'd be locked in a cage on Saturday. Punk would get his hands on Logan, and he would understand why the fans chanted his name, and they once again burst out into CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. This was a big nothing burger. I think the point of this was to build up the Elimination Chamber matchup, build up both guys as contenders to win it. But I wanted a little bit more, and it felt like the first promo exchange that they had before the Logan and Rey Mysterio matchup. I gave that the benefit of the doubt. I was like, this is fine. They have good dynamics. You got the heel and Logan Paul that the fans hate. You got the babyface and CM Punk that they love. Punk is always quick wit on the microphone, and I like him saying, "Oh, you just do stuff for shock value," kind of explaining why Logan Paul got famous in the first place. But I thought that this would have a little bit more of a punch to it, and it just felt like a nothing burger by the end of it.
I did enjoy it, but it felt like this would have been like the usual revolving door promo of everyone who's actually involved in the match coming to speak about the match, but it was only these two. And I felt like before Friday, Seth Rollins would have been in this promo segment for sure, but now Seth Rollins is in that story. He's just advancing that story later on tonight. John Cena, he'll see you in Toronto. McIntyre and Priest, they're on SmackDown. Who am I missing? Who's the sixth guy? Someone good.
It's McIntyre, Priest, and Cena.
I got everybody. Oh yeah, I got everybody. Okay. Yeah. Even though you saw people from SmackDown on this show, for I don't know what they're doing here. Well, I thought the transfer portal was over. Well, still show up wherever you want. Who cares? But I thought Logan Paul got some good digs in on Punk. It feels like this was a promo for a one-on-one match on Saturday between these two, but it's not.
Yeah, no, that's why I was like, I don't know about this one. Emmanuel says, is Punk stuck with Logan Paul duty for Mania? It is starting to feel like that, isn't it?
I feel like Punk looks at him and just sees Hangman, just starts seething. Like, you look just like Hangman. You do his moves. Ugh, I hate you. As he's wearing a teacher's shirt, by the way.
Yes, Chicago Teachers Union shirt, which I thought they would make a bigger deal of.
And this is another thing. Another reason why CM Punk can't turn heel, guys. He'd miss out on kissing everybody's ass as a babyface and doing all this smooching. He's not gonna miss out on that. You know he gotta do that every promo. Well, you're gonna kiss the Rock's ass every promo? What? Oh my god.
Hey, we could see that. We could see that. Chuck Berry says definitely needed to see something more from these two. Yeah, it just felt like a big nothing burger.
Yeah,
I didn't
fight.
say.
Yeah,
I was like, at
That was
least.
a nice slap.
Yeah, that was a nice slap. It drew
Busted him
some
open.
blood from Punk's mouth. Yeah.
Well, maybe CM Punk likes him. So slap me as hard as you can, kid.
Chilling with Jay says felt like this promo was supposed to be Punk and Cena, but they instead trotted out Paul for nothing. I don't think it was supposed to be Punk and Cena. I do think that we need a Punk and Cena promo exchange at some point, even if they are not facing each other at WrestleMania. I think in the build to WrestleMania, we need them to interact with one another at least once.
If not Mania, definitely on this farewell tour, we got to see them running back for sure.
Yeah.
It'd be so much fun. Especially if Cena's a heel.
The dynamic is totally different now. That would be great.
For sure. The roles have reversed.
So then we kicked off the in-ring action on Monday Night Raw with a triple threat matchup following up from last week with Penta picking up a victory over Pete Dunne. This week he faces both Dunne and Ludwig Kaiser. Cole kept calling this a first time ever triple threat match. That is true, but Penta also hasn't wrestled anyone besides these two men in the past 6 weeks. We early on, the action was very well paced. Kaiser and Dunne set something up in the corner, but Penta got underneath and brought them both down with a big Tower of Doom powerbomb out of the corner. The timing was a little bit unfortunate because they hit the move right when we came back from the ad break, and I only know that because we had the ad countdown, and I see them setting it up, and then it goes black. It goes black when you're watching it. Out of the United States, it goes black for like 9 seconds, like the final 9 seconds of the ad break. It only goes black at that point, and then it comes back, and you're just seeing the power bomb. Even though I saw the setup for it, we're just seeing the power bomb when it comes back.
Yeah, I did not see the setup, so they come back, and I'm like, "What the hell is what? How do you miss this? What's going on?"
It's like, how do you not time that better? Penta used a Hurricane Rana of sorts to launch Dunne into Kaiser before wiping out both men with separate Tope con Hilos over the top rope. You get just about 6 to 7 minutes into the matchup, and we got our third "This is awesome" chant as we just had some fast-paced action. You had Dunne cracking the fingers of Ludwig, and then at another point you get Penta, who does a springboard off of Kaiser's back into a Mexican destroyer on Dunne. He super kicks Kaiser and looks like he's about to set up for the win here. He's going for the Penta driver. When Kaiser comes back in, he chucks Penta out of the ring, and then he hits Dunne with the deadfall DDT, his finisher he's been using as of late, to get a surprising pinfall victory. So technically, this is officially the first loss for Penta in singles competition in WWE, despite him not taking the pinfall.
Not singles.
It's a singles match.
It's a triple match.
It's
multi-man
match. Singles wrestlers in a triple threat match.
Multi-man match. Do not call it singles. Come on, man.
He's a loser.
He is a loser. He did not get pinned.
Kaiser gets the win here. Surprising win here. I guess this is their way of keeping Kaiser strong and keeping him into what I think is going to be the multi-man Intercontinental title ladder match. I love how people online are trying to argue against us. Me and you, we've been on the same page that that's what they're going to do because there's too many over mid-carders on Monday Night Raw. But I've seen so many people make the argument that Braun needs to have a singles match. I think we talked about this last week, but I got to bring it up again. But it's quite obvious they're keeping everybody hot and at the same level so they can do this multi-man ladder match. So it made sense in that case, if you think about it, for Kaiser to win here. But I am a little surprised that they had Penta technically lose this early into his run.
I'm also surprised. The match was fire. At least Penta did not get pinned. I question Ludwig winning, obviously. Does he need to win? Who cares? It's not going to go anywhere anytime soon, if you ask me. Because I'll tell you who my early prediction is winning this multi-man IC title match at WrestleMania. I think they're just going to go ahead with Sheamus and tell his story that he wins the IC title finally, and Braun does not get pinned or anything to do. He's not involved in the decision when he drops it. Hey, that's fine by me.
Yeah, I agree with you, though. Good opener to the show. A lot of action packed in. I think we only saw about like 6 minutes of the match. The match went about like 9 minutes in total, but it was nonstop action for the time that I saw. And I got to see the whole matchup. It was nonstop action even during the ad break as well. So good opener to kick things off. All three men work together, but a little bit surprising with the result here. But we'll see what happens next. We got a super chat donation from the good brother Chuck Berries once again. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for the support. He says this was a great match, but what was the entire point? Is this going to do anything for Ludwig Kaiser as far as a long-term push? Absolutely not.
No, yeah, nah. Simple answer. Just to heat up another guy to make it look worthy when he's in this match that he's actually won something. So I guess that was the point. By the way, Penta's entrance, it feels like every week there's something added new that I don't know what it is, what's the difference, but it feels new and different every week, and it keeps getting better and better. Like, he's presented like a big deal.
Triple H is probably just good during the practice, during the edge. He's like, bigger. I need bigger. I need more flames.
He's a perfectionist with these entrances. Like he wants every little detail.
Yeah, he's walking through on all these entrances. Yeah. He's doing walkthroughs.
Oh, he takes great pride in it. Now, what we have to fix is the freaking music. For a lot of people, not just Penta. Penta's music is not all that bad. I feel like he could use some lyrics though. I feel like a lot of these
some Mexican rap.
That'd be fine if he wants, or Mexican rock. Remember POD when he did for Rey Mysterio? That was cool. Something like that.
We got Emmanuel who says, I want Braun versus AJ, but it's pretty clear they are having Braun getting into it with others for a reason. 1000%. It's quite obvious. They're just like, okay, we got this. We left the Braun and Sheamus thing. We left it on a good note after Saturday night's main event. We're just gonna keep Sheamus off the TV, so when he comes back, it's fresh and he's going back after him. We did the little tease with Braun and Penta before the Royal Rumble with their stare down. We've been doing some teases with Braun and AJ. Hey, we got Dom over here. We're not gonna have Braun beat him clean. We're gonna keep him hot. We're also gonna keep him with Finn Balor and tease that matchup as well. There's just too many people in this mid-card seed to expect Braun to have a one-on-one matchup for the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, and it feels like they've been done for a bit with like whether Braun's a babyface or a heel. Just like let's put him in there with anyone. Who cares? The crowd, he just barks and he spears and let the crowd enjoy that. Great. And I'm fine with that too. Just screw it.
Jackie Redmond interviews Rhea Ripley in the crowd. Ripley said that she has never beaten Io Sky, but it's been 5 years since they've wrestled. Since then, Rhea has become the most dominant woman in WWE. She's beaten everyone from Becky Lynch to Charlotte Flair to Liv Morgan, when we can add Sky's name to that list next week. Sky then joins this interview. It looked like she was just standing there the whole time. They just did a wide shot afterwards. Sky joined to tell Ripley that she would beat her at and go on to WrestleMania as the WWE Women's World Champion. And Jackie Redmond says we'll see this match next week. They go face to face with Rhea holding up the Women's World Championship, and it is set for next week. Should be the main event of next week's show. It will be Rhea Ripley defending the WWE Women's World Championship against Io Sky. This should be a great match if given time next week. So looking forward to that one. But I would say they kind of have gone light on the promotion of this matchup over the last 2 weeks. They kind of just kept it to one segment, one very short segment at that.
It should be an absolute banger. Rhea wins, and then she's confronted by the winner the women's chamber, which is all signs now, I guess. Bianca Belair, we're gonna get it. I think we're gonna get it.
Yes. You said it best after the main event of the show, and I went right to Jimmy McArab and just echoed what you said. I was like, well, Liv's definitely not winning the chamber now, because Jimmy McArab was convinced Liv was winning the chamber and Io and Rhea would go to a non-finish to set up a
That's
triple
what I
threat.
thought at first, too. That's what I thought at first a while ago, too. But things have changed. Plans change, pal.
Indeed. Next up, it's time for the New Day, and I hate Triple H.
There you go.
But
truer words have never been spoken, folks.
Because of what he squandered with this New Day. You called it one of the greatest heel turns of all time. And yes, they still get heat, but it's nowhere near the heat that they got 2 months ago. And it just makes me so sad. They come out, they get some heat from the crowd. They cut a promo during the ad break where they didn't say anything new. They also waited around for boos and New Day sucks chants, but the crowd only barely played along with them. During this matchup, Cole did plug the Hardy Boys will be wrestling on tonight's NXT.
Wow.
And then we got Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods of the New Day versus the LWO's Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde. LWO set up some multiple double teams. You got a nice little springboard dropkick by Joaquin Wilde to Woods in this one. Eventually, Kingston rakes the eyes of Del Toro as Woods is distracting the referee. Kingston then tossed Wilde from the ring, and then the New Day basically double teamed Del Toro. They hit him with the up, up, down, down, the backbreaker diving foot stomp combo for the 1-2-3. This was just a 5.5 minute matchup. Post-match, though, the New Day decide to further jump the LWO until Dragon Lee comes out for the save. He looks fired up. He gets a nice little pop from the crowd when he comes out to make the save, but the New Day's numbers advantage get the better of him, and they deliver a very clunky-looking double powerbomb to lay out Dragon Lee and stand tall here. But, like, this just made me so depressed. And, like, why doesn't anyone make a bigger deal at how many hot heels, hot acts Triple H has squandered in the past 6 months? The New Day is, like, the most egregious of them all. Like, you watch this matchup, and it's heatless. It's a heatless matchup because, one, they're facing Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde. Who could care about the LWO B team? Two, it's the New Day you literally just didn't have wrestle for like a month. Then when they finally started wrestling, they lost 2 singles matches to Rey Mysterio. When they finally won a tag team matchup, it was only because of Logan Paul. You have squandered what was the most hated heel act in the company in record time. It took you at least like 4 months to squander Chad Gable. This is record time with the New Day. It's absolutely egregious, and it annoys me that not more people are upset about it.
Yeah, who really cared about all this, honestly? The LWO are not over. At least that part of the LWO. And the New Day, listen, I was wrong last week when I said 8 more weeks. It was actually 9 more weeks last week. Now it's 8 more weeks. This is how long. This you thought we had to stall Jay Gunther. Everybody that's going to be in this tag title match at Mania, which the New Day are definitely going to be part of it. There's some stalling here going on too, because we got everything that's going to go on with the War Raiders and the Creed brothers. The New Day is going to be involved. I'm going to guess Rey and Dragon Lee are going to be added to the mix. It's just one big tag team title match at Mania. And the New Day is just going to be coasting until then. And they'll probably win the match. They should get heated up a bit before, a few weeks before at least. It's just 8 more weeks of this. We have to tell this tag team story.
Pisses me the hell off. Chuck Berry says, how about this for booking? The New Day attacks the Hardys tonight on NXT and then challenge them for the tag titles on TNA. So if you want me to be honest, how about this for booking? This seems like you are freaking that the New Day's booking has been in the center of the earth, and you're going lower. You're saying they've been badly booked on the main show for WWE, so let them go to the third show to attack the Hardys, and then let them go to the developmental of TNA to challenge for the tag team titles. That might be worse than Triple H's booking. I'll be honest with you, Chuck Berries.
Man, the Hardys will be down for that 100%.
Yeah,
Say that much. The Hardys are like, how can we parlay this NXT appearance into a WrestleMania appearance, huh? They'll definitely be at probably Stand and Deliver, though, I would think.
Hardy's an Axiom at Stand and Deliver. That's been my call for a few weeks now. We got Emmanuel, who says heel New Day had so much potential. SMH. It did. They should have immediately started focusing on the tag team titles right after the heel turn.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I want Big E involved, and I'm not gonna get it. That's where all the potential was for me, honestly. It'd be so much fun, but not to be.
Not to be. Dion says New Day should be tag team champions with the whole division coming after them. Yeah. They were this whole, the locker room hates them so much. Now we don't even get that. It doesn't even feel like that.
Yeah,
Just feels like, no, they're just regular heels.
Kofi's quest for locker room leader. There was a little something to that.
Mm-hmm.
Feels forgotten.
He really does. Finn Balor is being a bad leader again. He's backstage with the Judgment Day, and he tells Dominic Mysterio that last week was the most embarrassing day in the history of the Judgment Day, and it was all Dom's fault. Dom said Balor only had a qualifying match because of him, but Balor lost it. Dom says this is why he thinks that they need a new leader, and Finn's like, need a new member, and he's like, no new members, and then Liv Morgan. Yo, for real. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez interrupt. Morgan couldn't believe they were still fighting. She said that they had a big week ahead coming up, including their tag team title match tonight. Morgan said that they would bring gold back to the Judgment Day, and that's all that matters.
Wow. Balor
said that they should be worried about Bianca and Naomi because after what they did to Jade Cargo. Liv says they were not involved in that, and they don't need to answer for that anyway, but they would still handle Bianca and Naomi. Morgan told Balor to get on the same page with Dom and help him against Braun Breaker. Balor said they would handle their business, and Morgan said that they would handle theirs.
Yeah, okay. Listen. Liv. When you listen to Liv, you win. Not when you listen to Finn, you don't win. No. Finn is a big giant loser. How much is Liv Morgan? She should be the leader of Judgment Day. She's the only one that wins. The only one. Everyone else is a loser. My favorite part, Carlito. It's like, finally, a yellow apple.
Oh my God, his comedic timing is back. He's got the comedic timing back. I'm happy.
Finn Balor, I do have to mention this now because I'm probably going to forget it later. Finn Balor's tweet. Did you see his tweet after the show?
No.
Congrats to my colleagues. To my colleagues, Liv and Raquel, for winning. My colleagues? I thought the Judgment Day was a family. This guy is such a hater.
Y'all were a family.
What a hater.
That is a better saying. When you listen to Finn, you get pinned.
Put it on a t-shirt.
Oh, absolutely. Penn Balor.
10 years of Balor, bro. Wow. 10 years. 10 years of this.
That's crazy. I saw that shirt. I was like, it really has been 10 years since he signed with WWE.
Halfway to 20. 20 years of Penn Balor. Can you imagine? Oh, my goodness. Something's got to change this year. Something. Please. Triple H. Tell me it's in the future. Come on. I thought this was one of your guys, Triple H. I thought this was one of your boys.
What happened to that report? I think it was WrestleVote said that Balor was getting a push this year.
Yeah. Push down the stairs. I don't know. Push down the card. I don't know. I got
Dion says,
hopefully in the summer. Hopefully in the summer when he turns face, which I think is gonna happen.
Dion says, speaking of fumbled heel acts, I'm sick of this redundant Judgment Day segment. They're starting to get changed the channel heat with me. I've said this for weeks that the Judgment Day is the best example of what Triple H thinks long-term storytelling is. He thinks that telling the same story beat over and over and over and over again is a long-term storytelling.
I have the opposite opinion. I like this, and I think I'm gonna like it more with Liv and Raquel carrying around the tag titles. Finn getting jealous, trying to hide it that he's not jealous. It's all gonna lead to Finn getting kicked out at WrestleMania.
Poor guy. Kathy Kelly, during the ad break, did an interview with AJ Styles, talking about how it feels like everybody's coming after AJ since he's been back on Raw. And he says, but that meant that he was doing something. He says that meant that he was doing something right because he always has a target on his back. But this brought in Logan Paul. Paul thought Styles was going to retire after getting hurt or after getting embarrassed by him in the Royal Rumble match. Styles said that Paul did eliminate him, but that's how the Rumble works. You have to throw somebody out. Styles invited him to try it again, but Paul looked at the time and says he was too busy as he has the Elimination Chamber on Saturday and he has to get out of here, but he admires Styles for not giving up, even though he probably should. Still seems like we might be teasing or at least building to a Styles versus Paul match.
I'm down for that, but I could also see both those guys in the IC ladder match at Mania.
Same.
Throw them in there.
Same. I thought that's what the tease was really for, is the tease that they're both going to be in that IC title.
But you could give me a singles match on Raw on the way. There's freaking 8 weeks. I'm going to get AJ and Braun for sure, I think.
Yeah. I think the week after this coming week, after the post chamber show. Yeah. That'll be the match.
That's a good one.
Members of the University of Cincinnati Bearcats football team were shown in the crowd, as well as former TNA World Tag Team Champion and former NFL All-Pro cornerback Adam Pac-Man Jones was in the front row with his kids, and he got a good reaction from the crowd for sure. And that is unlike the reaction this man got. Gunther was out next, our World Heavyweight Champion. He says that he would embarrass Jey Uso at WrestleMania and end the Yeet Circus once and for all. In the spirit of WrestleMania, Gunther told Adam Pearce that he would wrestle tonight against his hand-picked opponent, Akira Tozawa. Okay, Tozawa. Gunther saw Tozawa dancing with his other 2 clowns earlier today, and that bothered him because they had things in common. They both uprooted their lives to make a career in WWE. They both got into the shape of their lives to prove them. But Tozawa, he was wasting away dancing like a goof for the degenerate fans. He made the wrong choice, just like Jey. And Jey's choice would cost him his career. Gunther recalled what Pat McAfee said to him last week, that anything could happen on any given night, and Tozawa had a chance to earn his respect right here on this show. Gunther told Tozawa to earn his respect before shoving him. The referee chose this moment to ring the bell, and what we got was a very spirited 3-minute matchup. Tozawa attacked Gunther as soon as the bell rang in retaliation. He had Gunther off guard for a moment until Gunther turned him inside out with a big boot to the face. Gunther chopped the hell out of Tozawa after ripping off his shirt. Gunther tried for the powerbomb, but Tozawa was able to reverse into a victory roll for a close near fall. Tozawa came off the top rope, but Gunther caught him and slammed him down before applying a Boston Crab. Tozawa fought. He looked like he was on the verge of tapping out when he finally got to the ropes. Tozawa tried to fight back with some chops, but Gunther planted him with a big power bomb. He had it 1-1-2, and then he lifted Tozawa up from the mat. He then applies a sleeper, basically deadlifting Tozawa off of his feet. Tozawa had no choice but to pass out as the referee called for the bell. Gunther went after Tozawa some more until Otis jumped in to make the save. Gunther shoved Otis, who began dry raiding, so Gunther left the ring. As Otis went to check on Tozawa, Gunther used that as a distraction to slip behind him and put him into the sleeper. This led to Jey Uso's music hitting. He runs out to a big pop from the fans. He chases away Gunther to stand tall with the Alpha Academy. A few segments later, we got to see a follow-up to this as backstage, Jay was checking on Akira Tozawa, making sure he was good. But then he after getting the okay, basically that he's gonna be fine, he walks out and he meets up with A-Town Down Under. A-Town Down Under start talking trash. Grayson Waller especially.
Is Natty a nurse, a certified nurse? What does she do?
I guess Natty is a part of Alpha Academy. I thought that was weird as well. I won't front. I thought that was weird. I was like, what are you doing here? Why are you here? That's strange. But yeah, he's checking on them, and then he comes out. A-Town Down Under is talking their trash. Grayson Waller is like, you're a loser. He's basically reading all the Reddit comments about Jey Uso.
Yes.
And he's like, you're a loser, you can't win. And Jey Uso just responds with yeet after yeet after yeet. Even the last one gets Austin Theory to do the yeet as well. And when Grayson Waller gets upset with Theory for doing it, he then turns around right into Jay, giving him the super kick, and then one more yeet as he walks off. This seemingly probably going to set up a singles match on Monday Night Raw either next week or the week after, with probably Grayson Waller versus Jey Uso. But I really enjoyed the segment with Gunther. I thought Gunther's promo was the right type of ring general that we love. He was just so domineering. He's so cocky. He feels like he's better than everyone around him. And the way he talked down to Tozawa, it really made the matchup and made the comebacks and the false finishes for Tozawa mean a lot more. This was a near perfect squash match, in my opinion, how they made Tozawa look good despite him taking the quick loss here. And I thought the follow-up with Jay coming out for the save, that was fine. And the follow-up seemingly setting up a Jey Uso versus Grayson Waller match, that was good as well. My only issue with all of this is now 4 for 4. They're now 4 for 4 with Jey Uso versus Gunther. And the last 2 weeks, my issue had been, do we have 2 more months of content to do? Now that they're 4 for 4, I'm going to guess that they can go 5 for 5. I'm going to guess they can go 6 for 6. My only issue is that when you use Tozawa in this way, and when you really remember Gunther's build to the matchup with Sami Zayn, there's really no difference. They're really booking this entire program like it's for a mid-card title when it's for the World Heavyweight Championship. And I think that this is a microcosm of the issues of Triple H's booking of Gunther's title reign. Why this now, even though we're getting the Gunther character that we wanted for the past 3 months that we hadn't been getting, even though we're getting it now, the damage already feels done.
I enjoy these kind of angles where it's like the heel world champion. They pick some jabroni on the bottom of the card to get an easy match. And then the jabroni gets a few little hope spots, and the crowd was going crazy for these hope spots, even though Tozawa has no chance in hell. The crowd's still popping for it just because they want to see the underdog win. I enjoy that kind of stuff. That was cool. And you're seeing, I remember I messed it up. Last week I said 8 weeks. It's really 8 weeks now. This is how they're going to scrap 2 more weeks out of the build, at least by bringing other people inside the feud and then having them mix and match Uso, Gunther, Waller, Otis, all mixed together. So it's not just Jay and Gunther. For a couple of weeks at least. We're going to kill at least 2 weeks. At least 2 weeks so we can get to 6. And then 6, we'll see where we're at 6. We might have to bring some other guys in. I told you this was going to be mission impossible to go freaking 9 to 10 to 11 weeks with this feud and build up. This was going to be damn near impossible. So Triple H started, he's just throwing shit at the wall. It looks like, maybe it's copy paste the Sammy feud. We'll find a way. We'll find a way. But so far, yes, I do agree. Every week I'm still invested. I'm still interested so far. But it's about to get muddy soon here. I'll be shocked if by the end of this you will have said they went what? It's 4 for 4 now, so there's 8 more. They went 12 for 12, 3 months straight. I'll be shocked.
I'd be shocked too. I would be shocked too. I just get this overarching feeling that it just feels like a mid-card rivalry, and I think that's only going to get worse when guys like Punk, guys like Drew, guys like Seth, guys like Cody, guys like Roman have their directions for WrestleMania. This is going to go lower. It's going to feel lower and lower down the card. It's going to feel like right now it's like the most important build to WrestleMania because nobody else has their stuff set up. Once Cody has his matchup for WrestleMania, it becomes the second most important thing. Once they figure out what to do with Tiffany Stratton as a babyface against a heel Charlotte Flair, it's going to become third on that list. Once you get Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, it becomes fifth on that list. It's going to go down and down and down, and it's going to feel more mid-card as the weeks go on.
Yeah, but hey, all you Jey Uso haters, I mean, this guy's music hits and the freaking arena loses their shit every single time. Every single time.
Yeah.
So in that sense,
love to do the yeet.
They love Jey Uso. They love it. That moment's going to hit at Mania no matter what. The match can be an absolute dud. It could be 0 stars. Once he gets that 3 count, it's going to be crazy. The stadium's going to go wild. Yep.
Absolutely.
Good yeet. Good yeet. I give that a 7.5 out of 10. Good one.
Hey, much better than those people at their wedding. Anyway, up next, Lyra Valkyria defending the Women's Intercontinental Championship against Dakota Kai. Valkyrie hit these two women just go out there and just beat the hell out of each other. It seems like no matter how much time they got here, and they got nearly 8 minutes here, and this was kind of just full throttle from the minute go. Had some really good wrestling, had some bridging near falls from both women. Valkyrie brings Dakota to the top rope, and she delivers this they built it up for pretty much, they built up her trying to do it off the apron like she did in their finals matchup in the Women's Intercontinental title tournament. She did on one side of the ropes, then she did it to the other side of the ropes, and then finally hits this delayed superplex that gets a loud holy shit chant. They were right into the matchup from there on out. Kai came back with a scorpion kick. They traded cradles for a series of 2 counts until Valkyrie bridged out with a jackknife pin and then hit a power bomb for a 2 count. Valkyrie went to the top rope, but Kai caught her with a big super kick. She followed with a running boot and the chiropractor for a 2 count. They fought for a position on the ropes until Valkyria slipped out. She gets her in position on her shoulders for the Nightwing, and she hits it. 1, 2, 3. Lyra Valkyria retains the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. This was short, but it was good action throughout. Of Lyra and Dakota, they shake hands, showing respect to one another. Then we get Ivy now comes out and she jumps Dakota Kai in the entranceway. She then comes from behind on Lyra as she's celebrating, and she hits a big German suplex. She then beats her up and lays out Lyra and then poses with the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. So why the hell did you have her lose the number 1 contenders match? Yeah. Another good matchup between Lyra and Dakota. Not as good as their finals matchup, but another good. They have good chemistry with one another, and they know how to work a really kind of full throttle, hard hitting style matchup with high impact moves. Love Lyra getting a big holy shit chance for just a delayed superplex. But the Ivy Nile of this, it just really seems like WWE doesn't know what they're doing with the Women's Intercontinental title.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you said. I don't really have that much to add, honestly. It's just that, yeah, maybe Ivy now should have won last week. This argument that I see online is like, oh, they wanted to give Valkyria a title defense. Who cares? What? Title defense? Okay.
And I don't think Ivy's gonna win the title. So it did not make sense.
Very hard pressed to get me to put actual U.S. currency on Ivy Nile winning the IC title. Yeah, I don't see it either. They're getting nervous because they know Chad Gable's going to return very soon. They both need to win gold. Ivy Nile and Creed Brothers being the other half. I have a lot more faith in the Creed Brothers than I do Ivy Nile, but I don't think either of them are going to win, really.
Yeah, I don't think so. We get a video package for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, recapping Kevin Owens going to Sami Zayn's house and cutting a promo outside of it. Then Jackie Redmond sits down with Sami Zayn earlier today. She mentioned Owens' video that he recorded from outside Zayn's house. Redmond said that something else happened this past week, and she asked if Zayn would share what it was. Sami said that he went to Kevin Owens' house after what he did on SmackDown. Owens wasn't home, but his mother was. She invited him in, and they caught up. It was great to see her, and she was in good spirits. Zayn then got home that night, and he was ashamed of himself. He couldn't look himself in the mirror because he didn't recognize the man who went to Owens' house. He didn't know what his real intentions were, but they weren't good. Sami and KO have gone through a lot over the years, but family has never been involved. Sami didn't recognize himself, and he didn't recognize Kevin. That's why this one was different. They were in a different headspace now. He understood why WWE wouldn't sanction the matchup. And he admitted his neck wasn't anywhere near 100% and anywhere near where he wanted it to be right now. But they should be worried about what he does to Kevin Owens. This match would be worse than anything they've done to each other in the past. Owens better be ready because it was going to be a bad time. This was fantastic. Sami Zayn. So this is a home run go home promo. This is how you add the stakes. You added just a tidbit of realism to everything here. Sami feeling like he's been pushed too far and pushed close to the edge, while Kevin Owens is this delusional, always the victim character. Both of these men have been pushed to a level that we haven't seen from them before, and now things are even more personal than the past 2 decades of their on-again, off-again friendship / rivalry. This was absolutely tremendous. What did you think?
I agree. And I think this match on Saturday is, from that segment alone, is probably telling us this is going to be absolutely brutal and violent, and probably a way like we haven't seen these two in WWE before. Like way more. Like we've seen it in ROH probably. I haven't seen it. You've seen it. But even more so, like they're going to take it to another level on Saturday. That's the expectation I have now from this build-up. So they have to deliver on that end, which I have faith they will. I have faith in them. I still think Kevin Owens goes over. I don't know if you want to give your prediction yet. You still have the preview to come, so you could probably save it. But I think KO goes over to set up Orton's return and still do that match.
We got Safet, who said it was a really good segment. A Pyrite Finisher says this was a really good ROH segment. Chili with Jay says it won't main event, but Sami and Owens should main event Elimination Chamber. Yo, that would be an even bigger statement if they headlined over the 2 chamber matches. Like this match is more dangerous than the 2 chamber matches.
Yeah, I could see it. I would be down for it. But I think they got a lot of intrigue with the men's chamber match, so they're going to keep that as the main events. But this should, where do you put it on the card? Like, there's not that many matches. Where do you put it? Before the main event?
No. That's I don't know if that should, it should be after the women's
The chamber does take a while to build up the men's chamber. It does.
Yes. The women's chamber first, then you do your 101 commercials. 20 minutes later, you do the video package.
Yeah. There's gonna be commercials after the Sammy KO, no matter what. So
and then you do 101 commercials after the women's chamber. You do the video package for the matchup, and then you do the unsanctioned match, and then you have a palate cleanser of Trish's return with Tiffy to before the men's chamber.
Sorry, girls. By the way, all you people, all you Tiffy time fans, she looked great on Friday, huh? Great on Friday, huh? Woo! Yeah. The next Charlotte. Slow down.
She's been really watching those Charlotte's tapes for that moonsault.
Slow down, guys. Slow down with this Tiffy time. She still has a lot to learn. Our queen's gonna hopefully help her.
Are you gonna really show how unbiased you are and admit that Charlotte was trash on commentary?
She's taking it easy. She's chilling. She's the top girl, the top woman. She's chilling.
Yeah, WrestleMania is in 8 weeks. 8 weeks.
Yeah, 8 weeks of film.
She's coasting. She's coasting.
She knows when to go full throttle. Yeah, she knows.
Oh man, Charlotte never has good builds to WrestleMania. To be fair, it doesn't matter once the bell rings for her.
Once the bell rings, it's on, bitch. It's on. Miss WrestleMania. Welcome to the stage.
Bayley was interviewed during a break until she was interrupted by Roxanne Perez. Bayley told Perez that she could envision seeing her at WrestleMania, just not this year. They have a brief stare down. Both women will be part of the Women's Elimination Chamber matchup.
You could tell a fun story with underdog Roxanne pulling it off out of nowhere. That'd be a way to catapult her on the main roster. But the fact that this segment was shown in an ad instead of on the show gives me no hope. No hope. If it was on the show, I could maybe buy into the possibility. It was not. Sorry. I know it's canon still because, we're recapping it, but it wasn't shown on the main program.
RP Jesus says, why are they trying to make Tiffany a sympathetic underdog? I don't understand why they had Tiffy do the promo in the ring. Nia and Candice come out. Nia and Candice says, we're going to beat you up. And the referee saves Tiffy. And the fact that Trish has now done 2 babyface saves that ended with her looking up at the lights. It's like, what are we doing? This is not how you book your babyface champion strong.
They're going over strong on Saturday. Trish is not losing to no Canada. Her stats increase when she's in Canada. She's winning. But yeah, Tiffany, she's the crowd's cheering her. The crowd is behind Tiffany's trying, so that's why that direction.
Non-title matches next. Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker going one-on-one with the Judgment Day. Dominic Mysterio with Finn Balor and Carlito in his corner. Braun was firmly in control until one too many distractions caught up to him, allowing Dom to hit a springboard senton. Another distraction allowed Dom to hit a 619. Dom set up for the frog splash, but Braun caught him on the top rope, hits him with the step-up Frankensteiner as the crowd started barking with Braun. Braun looked like he was going for the spear. He was in the corner revving up when Finn Balor and Carlito pull him out of the ring to cause a disqualification. The Judgment Day then put the boots to Braun after the matchup. Balor looks for a chair, so Braun tosses Dom from the ring. He then hits a massive spear on Carlito. Balor tried to attack him from behind with the steel chair, but Braun meets him eye to eye, caught him going face to face. Balor slowly slunks out of the ring, but he smiles at Braun, and it seems like Braun's got yet another contender for the Intercontinental Championship here. This was I thought that this was a good angle. It wasn't a good matchup, but it was a good angle to make Braun be strong. And it seems like right now they're just booking Braun as a beast, a tweener beast who can go against heels or baby faces.
Yeah. So it's not just Dominic now. It's Finn too. And Braun is fully in the Judgment Day vortex now. I was shocked Finn and Carlito both accompanied Dominic to the ring. You know, it's a big deal. Finn's coming out here to be in Dom's corner. So, but yeah, now Finn's involved too. How many men are going to be in this match? My goodness. Braun's got an opponent for every week.
It's going to be like 8 guys. It's going to be like 8, 9 guys in this ladder match.
This is going to be super easy to build to Mania. Like, Triple H don't have to put no effort in this whatsoever with all the guys involved.
I'll just do AJ and Finn this week. Yeah. I'll do AJ and Logan Paul that week. Yeah. AJ and Braun that week. Braun and Finn Balor another week. Like, he's just doing singles matches to build it up.
And this is just the Raw side. You're going to get something on the SmackDown side with the U.S. title. Same thing. Watch. Same thing.
Except not nearly as many.
Except
people.
Except be a lot of people that SP3 is like,
Shinsuke Nakamura. Ugh.
By the way, Mellow Don't
Miz. The Miz.
Mellow Don't Miz. I love it. And it angers so many people. I love it. Nice little spot. Nice little spot.
That name is awesome. Name is awesome.
And the finisher was nice. The combo finisher, that was nice.
Yeah. Skull crushing first 48.
R-Truth and Miz can teach Carmelo how to stay in this business for 20 plus years. Let him learn.
You live and you learn. Got a couple of quick segments here. They do a video recap of Cody and The Rock. Our very own Stat King said that it was a much better version of the Cody and Rock.
They took all the bullshit that The Rock spewed out, cut about 75% of it, maybe more, and put into a nice little video package that you can understand. Because if you watched it live, The Rock took you all over the place where you didn't know what the hell was going on.
He took you on a ride. They showed the ride.
Enjoy the ride. Yes.
They showed the logo for WrestleMania 42 next year in New Orleans, and the logo actually has the number in it. Hopefully that stays, but it's basically the same logo as 30 and 34.
But make sure you put a 42 somewhere in there. Thanks.
There was a New Day promo during the commercials. They were already in their street clothes, they say, because they couldn't wait to leave Cincinnati. They announced that they were going on vacation next week in Costa Rica and told everyone to thank God for the New Day. Then we go backstage.
So no New Day next week?
I guess.
Gotta kill another week and just take New Day off the show. That'll kill a week.
Backstage, Ivy now and the Creeds are walking. They're very hyped up with what Ivy did earlier tonight. Kathy Kelly asks Ivy, was she trying to angle herself back into the IC title picture? Why do these backstage ring interviewers ask the most simple questions? Yes, obviously, that's what she was doing. Ivy responds, "Of course."
I don't care, man. If Kathy Kelly's looking like that, she could ask whatever she wants. Thank you very much. Fine by me.
He's got a thing for jinkies over here. Now said that the Creeds were going after the World Tag Team titles next week, and she would beat Lyra every week until she got her title match. At this point, the War Raiders attacked the Creed brothers from behind, and a brawl was on. Officials frantically tried to separate all these men, and it was made official for the tag team titles next week. War Raiders, American made. Who you got?
It's hard for me to pick American made. I'm confident in them, so I'm going the War Raiders again. I don't know. I can't see any of these guys winning gold before Chad Gable returns. And when the hell is Chad Gable going to return? He's killing weeks too.
Maybe he gets in this Intercontinental title.
No. It's Chad and Otis one more time on the big stage. One-on-one.
No, you already blew
We're
it.
Heating it back up.
You already blew it, sir. And then we got the segment that's in our thumbnail here. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, comes out to a strong reaction from the fans. He didn't ask what they wanted to talk about because he knew what he was supposed to talk about. He pondered what The Rock's request to act. He says he pondered what it meant to ask for another man's soul. That might seem abstract, but having grown up in this business, he understood the offer The Rock was making. It was good guy 101 not to lie to the fans, and he had never lied to them before and wasn't going to start now. He was an incredibly blessed man. He was not a team of one, and this decision would not affect him alone. He had his lovely wife, Brandy, his daughter, his sister, and her family, little Brody Lee, and the Nightmare Factory, 2 nephews breaking into this industry with the last name Rhodes, his mother, who he has to take care of, and the memory of his father. The crowd chanted for Dusty, and I was like, Cody, did you forget you have a brother?
Yes.
He says Dusty worked into his 60s on the independent wrestling circuit, breaking his body to make ends meet, and he did not want that memory to mirror his future. The Rock was saying he could have everything without having to scratch, fight, and claw for it. And this brought out Seth freaking Rollins.
Oh, we gotta rate this
Seth
outfit. We gotta rate this outfit.
2
What
out of 10.
is this?
It's a raincoat. He looks like a cross between Russell Brand and Paddington Bear.
And let's add DJ Keemstar too. All 3. What in the bro? Imagine this is the voice of reason that's talking to you, Cody Rhodes. This guy's your coworker that dresses like this. I'll give this wow. I'll give this 6.5. I like it. I like it.
I give it a 2 out of 10.
Dang.
Seth Rollins says this was the first time they were standing in the ring together in nearly a year since WrestleMania 40. Wow, that's crazy. He would love for this to be a moment of celebration. Rollins wanted to congratulate him and tell him he couldn't wait to face him at WrestleMania. But after he won the Elimination Chamber, but that's not why he's here. Rollins asks Rhodes what the hell he was thinking. They stood side by side a year ago going after the bloodline against The Rock. And now The Rock was back asking him to be his champion. The fact that Rhodes didn't slap Rock right in the face was a slap to Seth's face. Rollins told him not to make him regret what he sacrificed to help him win that title. Rollins wondered if being champion was becoming too much of a burden for Cody. Cody said that he wished this conversation was going differently. He wanted to show gratitude, but Rollins was being awfully judgmental. Rock showed up to ask Rhodes for his soul, but Rock wouldn't ask Rollins for his because it may have already been compromised. Ooh. Good. Rhodes knew who Rollins was. Seth was the man who looked him in the eye and shook his hand and then hit him in the back with a sledgehammer. Seth was the man who turned on the Shield. Basically, he was the man who created the monster that became Roman Reigns and saddled up with the authority, running people just like him out of this company. Rhodes also knew that Rollins was his shield at WrestleMania 40. Seth was his partner and his brother. With one leg and a scrambled back, Rollins helped him gain his family's biggest dream, and he was the MVP of WrestleMania 40. Seth said that he wasn't there to judge Cody. He wanted to protect Cody from making the same mistakes he did. Rollins has been filled with hate, and he's been filled with hate for a very long time. That hate was pointed in the direction of Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Seth didn't want to hate Cody. Don't make me hate you, Cody Rhodes. But Cody was a grown man and could do whatever he wanted. Seth planned on winning the Elimination Chamber, and he did not want to face a soulless shell of Cody Rhodes. He wanted to face the man who returned to WWE. He wanted to face the man that beat him at WrestleMania. He wanted to face the man who beat him with one arm in the Hell in a Cell. He wanted to face the man who went on and realized his dream at WrestleMania 40 last year. Rollins wasn't coming for Cody's soul. He was coming for his title. This was terrific. I love this segment. This segment was pretty much the antithesis of what we got on Friday's show with The Rock and Cody. This was excellently put together and excellently delivered by both men. Cody clapping back at Seth, being like, "You already sold your soul to the devil before. They wouldn't even ask you for your soul." And Seth coming back and being like, "This is the man that I have grown to respect. I've grown to like. This is the man that I wanted to protect and be his shield at WrestleMania 40. Don't become someone like me." It's great character work from both men, and both men seem completely different from the man that stood in the ring together ahead of WrestleMania 40, where Seth has been filled with hate, and that hate has made him snap at certain points, like what he did at the Royal Rumble. And similar to Cody, all his friends betraying him has made him snap in what he did at the Royal Rumble. And now they meet up here, and they meet at a crossroads where Cody can go any which way coming up on Saturday.
Crossroads. I see what you did there. I see. This was Cody, Seth, Triple H, maybe Ryan Ward, the one of the lead writers on Raw. This was all of them taking The Rock's chicken shit from Friday and making it into a nice chicken salad that you can enjoy. Yeah. It really was. It really was. They killed it on the mic. Seth Rollins, when he's serious like this instead of goofy, he delivers some intriguing content on the microphone. And Cody Rhodes, of course, is going to play his role well. So I enjoyed this. Seth, to me, I'm still not buying it. I still think there's just one big giant hypocrite behind all this, setting up for a heel turn. He's told you he has hate in his heart. He's trying not to have hate for Cody Rhodes, but I don't buy it. I know the hate is going to flow freely like some Palpatine shit from Star Wars. Let the hate flow through you, Seth. Because I don't buy it. He's going to be one big hypocrite at the end of all this. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to see Seth turn heel again. But for this, for what it was right here, a lot of fun. The best segment on the show to me.
Yeah, this was the most compelling segment on the show. And this was not like, and this worked as both a go-home segment as well as a setup for WrestleMania. It felt like the first well-executed, great segment that builds up to WrestleMania that we've gotten so far. Like I said, Gunther and Jay has been 4 for 4, and we had the setup for Charlotte and Tiffany, but this felt like WrestleMania is being sold through the words of these two men.
And I love how intertwined both these men's careers has become since Cody Rhodes' return to WWE. I feel like Seth Rollins has something big to do with Cody Rhodes every time. And it's like, this is a rivalry that continues to grow and grow. Even though they're not rivals right now at this point in time, it's coming again eventually,
Indeed. We got Greg Carter who says, Cody better not sell out for the Moana stimulus package.
That's hilarious. And listen, Cody Rhodes' character, like, he's never going to accept The Rock's offer. I can't believe people trying to convince themselves that Cody would do that. No way. Not at this point in time.
That'd be so against everything that we know about Cody.
It'd be so bad. Oh, man. What does Cody Rhodes need all this extra money for? This guy's rich already. You see the suits he wears? He's got a bus. Like, come on.
Rock's gonna help him with his SEO. He's gonna help him get more brand recognition, brand exposure, all that good stuff. But yes. Then we had our main event of the evening: Bianca Belair and Naomi defending the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez of the Judgment Day. Bianca and Naomi attack Liv and Raquel right at the opening of the matchup, immediately taking them outside following their in-ring introductions. They beat up Morgan around ringside, and the ref decides to start the match once they're back in the ring. Morgan is down on her hands and knees, and both babyfaces are in the ring at once. Belair beat up Morgan until Rodriguez managed to make the save. This match started at I think it was 10:25. So I was like, is this going to go short? Because they've been very strict on the 10:30 end time, but no, we went 10 minutes over that cutoff time. Rodriguez held control. Finally, the Judgment Day were in control before we go to commercial break. But back after break, we get Bianca hits a beautiful looking 450 splash for a near fall with one of her knees just catching Raquel right in the chest, and that just started off a series of some great near falls in this matchup. Belair set up for a KOD, but Raquel was able to rake her eyes. Liv tagged in, and they hit this beautiful looking double team elevated code breaker for a near fall. Liv is distraught after the kick out. Morgan went for Oblivion, but Belair caught her. Belair and Naomi set up for the double KOD, but then Dom ran out to rank the save. Raquel breaks up the double team, and then Morgan hits Naomi with the Oblivion or near fall as Belair basically breaks it up. Belair spears Raquel, and then Naomi gives Morgan a jawbreaker. Belair hits Morgan with the KOD on her own right after that for a very close near fall as Raquel comes in and breaks up the cover. Belair and Naomi gave Morgan a double KOD, but Dom puts Morgan's leg on the rope to break up the cover right in front of the referee, who just has to pretend he didn't see it. Belair went after Dom on the outside, but Raquel catches her and slams her onto the announce table. Naomi used a slingshot dive to wipe out Raquel. Then Liv caught her with a roll-up for a near fall. The crowd was biting and popping for every near fall. They were on the edge of their seat for everything in this matchup. Naomi hits the rear view, but Dom gets on the apron. Naomi kicks him off, and he bounces into the ring with the ref trying to get rid of Dirty Dom. Naomi sets up for the moonsault, the split-legged moonsault in the corner, but Raquel gets up on the apron. She blocks it. She smashes Naomi's face into the ring post. Naomi collapses to the mat, and Liv limply crawls on over to Naomi. 1, 2, 3. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are your new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions.
Pop for me, at least.
In what was the best WWE Women's Tag Team title match since the titles returned in 2019. Not ever, because they had the jumping bomb angels back in the 80s. But since the titles came back in 2019, this is the best match they have ever produced. All four ladies went out there. They put in great effort. The Dom played his role to a T, bringing his character and his heat to this matchup and being kind of the distraction and stuff. Liv was bumping around and selling like crazy. Raquel was the difference maker for her at the different moments when it looked like she was on the verge of losing the matchup. Bianca was the ring general and really the glue of this entire matchup. Naomi was being athletic, hitting her little kicks and selling very well throughout. This worked out like gangbusters, but the crowd was into this unlike any other WWE Women's Tag Team title match since these titles returned in 2019. Bravo to all four ladies. This was the best match on WWE Raw on Netflix this year. Great stuff from everyone involved.
And history 3-time Liv Morgan, baby. Woo! Love it. Oh my goodness. All these women, even Dom played his role to perfection. He should have gotten kicked out when the ref saw that. He should have gotten kicked out.
Yes, he should have just got kicked out.
Yes. Standing ovation. And I gotta give a shout out. I gotta give a shout out to who produced this match, put it all together. I had to look up from Fightful Select, and that was Jason Jordan and Michael Hayes together. So good job by those guys.
Yeah.
Good job. Like that was these near falls had me fooled a couple of times.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I got to give
the
a
double
shout out
KOD. I thought it was over. I thought it was over on the double KOD.
Oh, And there was one spot where Liv, I thought for sure had the pin, and then she did it. I was like, oh, that's it. They're not gonna win now, and they still won. And I was shocked. I was like, and I gotta give a shout out to the director, the cameraman, because all of these near falls, you never saw the person coming in to break up the pin.
Yeah,
it's very important for these near falls. So good job.
I will give you my star rating already. I'm going to give you my star rating.
Go ahead.
4.5 stars.
And it deserves every bit of that. If this was probably on like a big pay-per-view card, if this was a WrestleMania match, maybe even higher, because it's just a Raw, I like when there's a big stage at least for to add more stars. But incredible. Oh my goodness, so much fun. At first it started a little slow, and I was like, oh man, these Liv and Raquel, they're not gonna do as good as they did against Damage Control. Wrong. They went.
They did better.
Those near falls started going. Oh my goodness. And that was an incredible match too, that other one. So
yeah,
Liv and Raquel.
Yeah, I gave that one, I think 4 or 4.25. So yeah, this one was slightly better because the crowd was living and dying on every near fall.
Oh, another pun. Look at these guys on fire with these puns. Living, and dying. Nice. Listen, the women's tag division, all of a sudden, it's like, whoa, what is going on here? We are not used to this with the women's tag division. What? No. But unfortunately, looks like we're about to lose a team because this loss tells me Bianca Naomi's going to be done for a bit. This tells me Bianca's going to win the chamber. This tells me Naomi's probably going to feud with Jade. It ain't going to be Bianca, probably Naomi Jade.
But I really want them to do what I've suggested in my article for SI.com. I did the WrestleMania predictions card after Royal Rumble. I want Jade to come back not knowing who did it. I think that everybody's predicting Jade comes back and she knows who did it, and we see and it's revealed that it's Naomi or it's Bianca. I think the better story is Jade not knowing and them trying to act like they're trying to figure it out, and then Naomi reveals it was her all along.
You know what? Let's Vince this storyline. Jade has amnesia and doesn't remember much of anything.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Who are you? Hi, I'm Jade. What the? No, but you're starting to see some stuff fleshed out now. And Liv and Raquel, they're gonna carry it again. 3-time champ, first time ever. Good. Yeah. They've been cooking. They've really found something with their chemistry.
They have. Got to give it up. Got to give it
up.
That
move that they do with the code breaker, that should be a
that should end a few matches.
That should end a few matches.
That should be their finish.
It shouldn't happen every time and then be like, 2 count. What? It should end some matches to add intrigue to future matches. Something.
100% agree. But man, what a matchup to close out this show. And yeah, I agree with what you said earlier. The main event bumped this up significantly for me, this show overall.
Absolutely. Like you said, it's the best Raw Netflix match.
And I thought this was the best Raw on Netflix show overall because of the Cody and Seth promo, and then the Sammy promo as well. The triple threat match was really good. Lyra and Dakota was good. Like, yeah, from in-ring work as well as promo work, this felt like the most consistent episode of Raw on Netflix. Yeah.
Wild on a go home show.
Yep. But let us know in the chat if you agree. Give from 0 to 10. What did you give the show? Whether you gave the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. Your match of the night, MVP, and LVP for me and Romeo for the February 24th, 2025 edition of WWE Raw on Netflix. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it's a thumbs up from both of us. Out of 10, what did you give this show, Romeo?
I'll give it a 7.7.
I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. This was an 8 out of 10 show. Probably before the main event, I would have went 7.5, but this bumped, the main event bumped it up significantly for me. I'll give it an 8 out of 10 for this one. Your MVP for the show, Romeo.
MVP is Seth and Cody for going out there and saving something out of that Rock segment from Friday. Wow. Getting us back on course.
I'm going to give it to Sami Zayn. I thought Sami Zayn, I would give him the edge in the promo department. I thought his promo was fantastic. Who was your LVP for the show?
I'm gonna go with Grayson Waller. He was talking so much trash. You're right. He sounded like one of those Reddit guys who just hates Jey Uso with everything he had. His own buddy starts yeeting, and then he gets super kicked. That's a rough night.
Yeet.
Yeet.
I'm gonna go with I hate to do this to her. I'm gonna go with Dakota Kai. She just lost again. She just lost again. And then she got beat up in the entryway. We're just gonna move on. She just keeps losing. Here we are. And match of the night, obviously the main event for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Easily.
We got we got Sammy for Chase. We got MVP for Power Driver finisher is Raquel. He gives LVP to H. LVP for Chase is Finn Balor. 10 years of pins.
Yeah, that's a very good shout. It's a good shout for Finn Balor because what happened with Liv and Raquel? Liv called her shot in the Judgment Day den and then delivered at the end of the night. Something Finn Balor never does. Ever.
Never does.
Try that, Finn. And it'll be interesting next week on Raw, the next Judgment Day segment backstage when Liv and Raquel are, they have their beautiful titles. Dom, big part of it. And what did you contribute to the group project, Finn Balor?
What about
at least,
you,
At least
Finn?
Carlito makes us laugh. What did you contribute, Finn? Nothing.
No yellow apples for you, Finn.
Finn has an opportunity now to take his character somewhere else and actually be entertaining here. Like this could be fun. Finn Balor's salty but trying not to be salty. Like this you can show off your acting chops here, Finn. Go ahead.
Yeah,
it's laid out in front of you.
But really good episode of Monday Night Raw this week. Romeo, thank you as always for joining me on Rated Raw Review. Let everybody know where they can follow you on social media, when they might see you again. Are you doing a Elimination Chamber watch party?
I'm not sure yet, but when I do know, you'll see the thumbnail up, hopefully. Find me, Romeo Damas, on all social media. Thank you all for watching, and thank you all for the super chats. Really appreciate you.
Yes. Appreciate all the love from the super chats. Appreciate all the love in the live chat. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. You can follow the gang Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHillHeat. Patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. The best place to support us when we're not live here. And I think I mentioned this in the Weeds, but I'll mention it here. I did go to Wrestle Talk Studios earlier this week, so you might be seeing me over on the Wrestle Talk main channel coming up next month. I was on TLC, Tables, List, and Chairs, doing the top 10 best WrestleMania matches, top 10 worst WrestleMania matches. So be on the lookout for that over there. I will be back live with you tomorrow right here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel at 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time with our WWE Elimination Chamber preview. Also, you got AE Ramble on Thursday at 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Friday, we'll be doing our NJPW 53rd anniversary preview for the big show coming up on Monday from New Japan Pro Wrestling. We got the True Hill Heat flagship podcast on Saturday. We got Elimination Chamber review on Sunday. And then we got our NJPW 53rd anniversary review on Monday. So you got a lot of content to enjoy for pretty much this whole week. So be on the lookout for all of that. And thank you as always to all of you. But for Romeo, it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. This has been Rated Raw Review number 56. Don't make me hate you, Cody Rhodes. We are signing off until next time.